Hello everyone, my name is Prakhar Tyagi. I'm founder of Hey Doctor, and today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Amreen Singh. She is IVF specialist, 16 years of experience and more than 5,000 success stories. Welcome, ma'am, to Hey Doctor. We are going to ask few questions that we are receiving queries on our social media platform. So the common question we are getting, like, is it mandatory for all infertile couple to have a IVF treatment? Is it mandatory for them?
See, it is not mandatory that all IVF, all infertile couple has to undergo IVF. There are many treatments which we do before doing IVF. So first of all, we have to see the investigations of the patient. We have to evaluate and then we find out that whether this patient needs IVF or we can do some other treatments. There are some treatments like follicular monitoring, ovulation induction, in which we just give the medications to the patient and then we do the follicular monitoring and patient do conceive. So absolutely, it's not mandatory that all infertile couple has to do IVF.
As you know, we are receiving lots of queries, and when we talk about the IVF, so people are not about the IVF, even they don't know about the investigations. So if they want to conceive naturally and they want to contact you, so what investigation they should go, and what are the basic ones? So at least, you know, in mainly in Africa, they don't have options for the advanced investigation. So what are the basic investigation they should aware, and they should go and they should share the reports with us?
Right. So there are few basic investigations. Like in female, there is serum AMH, serum prolactin, serum TSH. That is the basic thing, and one ultrasound if it is available. And in males, it's semen analysis. That is
So,
the
see, when you say serum AMH and
yeah.
serum prolactin, so, you know, for a layman person, it's a common question like,
Right.
what is AMH? What is the
Right.
purpose of AMH? So, can you explain it a little bit?
Yeah. So AMH is basically anti-Mullerian hormone. Basically, it tells us about the ovarian reserve, that how many eggs are there in the ovary. So indirect indication of quality also. So when we do AMH of any female, it tells us that how much time do we have in our hand to make that patient conceive. So if the AMH is good, it's in a good range, then we have time in our hand and we do give treatments like ovulation induction, IUI. But if the AMH levels are very low, that means that we should give immediate treatment to that patient and treatments like IVF so that that patient conceives.
Uh, as per my knowledge, low AMH means if couple is more than 38, 40, in this age group. But you know, when we are talking about the natural conceiving, so generally couples are young, right? 28, 30, 31, 32. So what do you think? Like, do they also have the low AMH and they should go?
See, right now in these last 10 years, there are many young couples who are having low AMH. So
Okay.
there are females who are of age 25, 26 or say 30 or 32. They are having very low AMH. So it is from infertility point of view, it is mandatory to do AMH so that the doctor knows that how much time they have in their hands.
One more myth, I can say myth because I don't know the technical thing about it. So every year, like the AMH quality, AMH value goes down. Is it true?
Yes.
Okay.
So in females, there is a biological clock. So basically, once her menstruation starts, this biological clock starts.
Okay.
So with every passing year, the AMH values goes down. That means the number of eggs in her ovary goes down. Usually, if we say majority, then after the age of 35 years, this AMH goes down drastically. And that is the alarming period. But if you talk about now, like from past 10 years, the scenario has changed. Even the females in the age group of 30 years, they are having low AMH.
Are you only helping for the IVF, or you helping also for the natural conceiving process for the couples if they want to contact you? Because you know everybody cannot travel to India for the IVF treatment, but still they want to discuss with you, they want to consult with you, they need your help. So how can you help them, and we can connect you those couples?
Definitely, we are doing other treatments also, like natural treatments or some ovulation induction. In ovulation induction, we do a consultation with the patient
Okay.
and we give some medications to them
Okay.
so that their eggs grows. And after doing these treatments, many of our patients, they do conceive because sometimes patient doesn't know their ovulation window. So by giving these medications, by doing ultrasound, these patients usually do conceive. and there is no need for traveling and everything, because we can do a online consultation with that patient. The patient can share the reports with us so that we can see the reports, evaluate, and then we can guide the patient accordingly.
So you will do the consultation, you will give them the prescription, they will continue medication under your supervision, and they can travel India if they are not able to conceive naturally. One couple was asking me a question a few days back, like, is it true that IVF babies are not like the natural babies? Is there any difference between babies?
See, it is a common myth among many people, but it is not that. See, because only the fertilization is taking place outside.
Okay.
Once the embryo is transferred into the uterus of the female,
Mhm.
and then rest of the journey is just like the normal pregnancy. So the IVF conceived babies and naturally conceived babies, they are same. So there is no difference in their health or their intellectual levels or their developmental levels.
One couple contacted you through the online consultation, and you have given all medication, all the protocol for the natural conceiving, but they are not able to conceive, and they travel to India and they have low AMH, right? So is it mandatory for them to go for the donor eggs, or they can try also again with the low AMH but their own eggs? Is it possible?
Yes. See, in this we see that what is the age of the patient. If the age of the patient lies between 25 to 35 years, then definitely we give one try to the patient
Okay.
for natural and for the self eggs,
Right.
right? And in these patients, the other option can be to do the pooling of the embryos.
Okay.
In that, we do 2 cycles of IVF. We collect the embryos and then we do the transfer. And when the age group is less, the quality of the eggs is good.
Okay.
So we get good embryos and then patient do conceive. But when the age increases, then we do give option to the patient for the self
Mhm.
with doing a genetical testing. So when the age is more and AMH is less, then we always tell the patient to do genetical testing. If in genetical testing the embryo comes out to be normal, then we do the transfer.
If there's a PCOS in the female, so is it possible they can go for the natural conceiving or the IVF? Is it possible they can, a female can be pregnant?
This is very common myth among many people, like if PCOS is there, then they cannot conceive or they have to do only IVF. But it is not like that. Even in PCOS patients, we do give some medications. We advise them to do some lifestyle changes, some dietary changes, along with some medications and the follicular monitoring. Because in polycystic ovary patients, the ovulation window is not confirmed. The ovulation window is always misplaced or displaced. So by doing follicular monitoring, by giving them medications, we find the correct ovulation window, and then we ask the patient to try naturally, and they do conceive.
If any couple wants to contact you, so they need to share the reports and you will guide them. So how frequently you will consult with them if they want to contact you, like through the online platform? You will do the consultation, you will give the medication. So how frequently you will contact, and how can they contact you?
So the couples can contact to the Hey Doctor team. The numbers are given them, and after seeing the reports, they can again contact us for the appointments. And the appointments are done according to the requirement. So all the follow-ups of the patients can be taken online. So all the consultations can be done online whenever it is required.